The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
What's up, everyone? It's Daniel Smooth here. I wanted to show you guys a cool thing we're doing. This podcast is sponsored by Canada Dips, the newest lineup to the dip game, but in CBD form. The Canada Dips lineup features products made for every man's lifestyle. All tins are proudly crafted from the hills of Humboldt County in California. It's filled with flavor and will give you that good vibe that CBD brings to the room. So what are you waiting for? Use the promo code BELLYUP20 in all caps at CanadaDips.com for 20% off your next order. That's BELLYUP20 at CanadaDips.com.
It's time to BS.
So, it's Saturday. Sitting in my chair. Got the microphone in my hands. It appears to be there's a very ominous tone entering the room. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sports Game, part of Time to BS with Daniel Smooth. Part of the Belly Up Sports and Belly Up Media Network. I'm coming in from the lovely beaches of Long Island, New York. And how this works is I ask a series of questions to myself or a potential guest, and we will try to answer in the most ESPN gasbaggy way possible, but not without a little smart-ass remarks, because why the hell not? Brought to you by our friends over U Stadium. Be sure to support the lads over U Stadium and the U Stadium app. Follow them on Twitter and Instagram and Threads at U Stadium. So download the app and talk to the best sports fans on the planet, while also talk some shit and follow their YouTube page, U Stadium. Support the Frankie and the boys. You know, have a good time. So oh boy, we're about to palaver about for the next 15 minutes or so. Why the hell not? Alright, let's get things started, shall we? The Seahawks have signed a bunch of new players, or returning players, to work out a complete overhaul of the Pete Carroll era, including the pictures, which people have been losing their minds about. The players include Jonathan Hankins, Lincoln Tomlinson, George Fant, Nick Harris, Farrell Brown, Brayshawn Jenkins, Kevon Wallace, Terrell Dodson, Jerome Baker, Tremaine Ankrum Jr., and Laviska Shenault. They also re-signed Leonard Williams, Mike Jackson, Darrell Taylor, and some others that I don't have written down here. What are the expectations for the Seahawks under first-year head coach Mike MacDonald? Oh boy, 10 or more wins. Yeah, 10 or more wins. I've decided it's 10 and 7 or better. I don't think this is not going to be a retool year or a year that everyone did not see coming. And it's probably going to be a retool year. I would not be shocked if they end up being better than anticipated, but it's ultimately in the we'll see department. What helps is the fact that they have a bunch of players that have talent. And there's also some talks of Rashad Penny coming back on a potential veteran minimum deal. What I think is the most exciting part is that they have caught bait with a lot of the players that many people thought were severely overpaid. Shout out Jamal Adams and Quandre Diggs. Let the old guard go And now they're basically starting anew. Okay, this is and I think what people were losing their minds about, all over Seahawks Twitter about, oh, the picture's being torn down, blah, blah. I've yet to see a response from Richard Sherman about that. That's what I'm curious about. Or Doug Baldwin, one of those two. But I think what people are losing their minds about the pictures is you have, well, in context, Mike MacDonald, the new head coach, ripped down some old photos from the last 10 plus years of Seahawks football without including the Super Bowl team. And I think it's a sign that he wants his team to build a new clean slate. Build your own legacy, build your own culture. And it's just hard. I get it, because when you're used to nearly 15 years of brilliance, whatever you want to call it, of Pete Carroll, and you're moving on to a new culture, it's always a hard thing to get used to, and I get it. But this is one of those things where you really, honestly, this is a wait and see kind of ordeal. This really is a wait and see. Because you really can't judge a team based off of one free agency period or whatnot. You really can't. And no matter what, it's always going to be a little bit of a dicey kind of moment. But I have confidence that the Seattle Seahawks will get back to what many would consider to be their winning ways in 2024 and beyond. Again, we will ultimately see. But as I sit here in my chair, my throne of power, I think the Mike MacDonald-led Seahawks will get off to a good start in 2024. We'll see, though. So, the Golden State Warriors lost. They're out of the playoffs. They're out of the playoffs. They were eliminated via play-in by the Sacramento Kings. And my question to a lot of people here. Well, they finished with the 10th seed. 46 wins, 46 and 36. Tied with Sacramento, ironic there. And Jesus. The question I have for you, are the Warriors done? That is a big question, because there was a lot of drama going on this season surrounding Draymond Green. A lot of drama. And the question here is Klay Thompson going to get traded? Is Draymond Green going to get traded? What are you going to get for Chris Paul if he's going to retire? Who the fuck knows? I don't know. But the big question here is Golden State done? I think they are. And it's going to take a while. Steve Kerr finally should admit that the Warriors are done. Like, you got 4 titles. You won 4 championships with this core. That is impressive. That's very impressive to do. I just think your time right now as, like, the big powerhouse of the NBA is done. Not everyone are Warriors fans, which was funny because that bandwagon was stupid. So stupid. All because of Kevin Durant. You really just pissed me off. Not like my opinion matters or anything, it really doesn't. But, no, I think the Warriors are done. I think it's pretty easy to figure that out. We're going to transition real quick to NHL playoff predictions. With the playoffs starting today with the first game of the Stanley Cup Playoffs being Islanders and Hurricanes. I covered that on Time to BS. And my big question to start with the Sports Cave are Vancouver and Nashville to start the Sports Cave playoff predictions. Vancouver is the number 2 seed in the entire Western Conference. They have every single conceivable reason to be as overwhelming of a favorite as they are. Like, overwhelming favorite. And Nashville, first season under new general manager Barry Trotz, they've played really well. They played really well, and they're the 4th best team in the Central, 99 points. But I don't know. I mean, it's just something seems weirdly off by this team. Forsberg's been great. Forsberg has had a near 900 points, has near 100 point season. Yossi's been excellent. Nyquist has been pretty good. Ryan O'Reilly's been good. Ryan MacDonald's having, not a bad year. I don't know. It just seems to me that something feels weirdly off about it. Like Juicy Saros had a good year, but not like a great year. It's just 35 wins ain't that bad. 35 wins is really good, but he's got combined between regulation and overtime losses, 29 losses in the year. It's the Sorokin thing for me, like because Ilya Sorokin's easily the best Islanders goaltender, but is he going to start game 1? Oh, that we found that out the hard way because Varlamov's now starting, but I don't know. It just seems to me that Nashville is in this weird little I don't know. Then we go to Vancouver. Vancouver, JT Miller, 103 points. Brock Besser, 40 goals. Elias Pettersson, 89 points. Quinn Hughes, 92 points, 75 assists. Rick Tocchet, man, Jesus. And then the goaltending-wise, DeSmith and Demko have been... DeSmith's been okay. Demko's been excellent. Thatcher Demko's been excellent. I think Vancouver wins this in 6. But I hope I'm wrong. I'm usually going to end these things with I hope I am wrong because I'd rather be wrong than right. Next up, we got Dallas and Vegas. The defending champion Golden Knights will be taking on the top seed in the Western Conference, the Dallas Stars. Dallas finished this season with 113 points. Led the NHL in second in the NHL in goal differential with plus 64, behind Florida with plus 68. Best record in the West by far. They're taking on the Vegas Golden Knights, the defending Stanley Cup champions. Finished the year with 98 points, just snuck in. Well, they finished with the as the second wild card in the West. I don't know. I think Dallas is going to smoke Vegas. Sweep. I think I sweep them. Dallas has been insane. I want blood. I think Dallas is going to sweep. And I don't think they're just going to sweep Vegas. I think it's going to be like, close game here, close game there, and then 2 blowouts. We'll see, though. But the Stars have been really good. They've been really good this year. Give them a lot of credit. Been really good this year, Dallas has. It's nice. Next up, Jets and Avalanche. I want to say Winnipeg, but I think Colorado wins. I think this is a series that goes to 7. I really do think this goes to 7 here. Tampa Bay and Florida. Panthers have been excellent. Panthers have just been really good. Give me Florida in 6. Finally, time to exercise them demons, boys. Finally time. Last pick before we close up shop. Edmonton and Los Angeles will duke it out for the 3rd time in a few years. This is a different Kings team. Edmonton's been playing really well. But this is one of those I don't know who to pick. But it should be easy. Because on paper, Edmonton has this in 6. But then the Kings have been playing... they didn't show up in Minnesota for some reason. The Kings, for the last, little bit, they've been hot and cold. They don't have a 80-point player this season. They don't. Adrian Kempe's been good. Fiala's been good. Kopitar's been, usual self. 26 goals for him. Trevor Moore has been good. Byfield, the former 2nd pick in the draft. He's been doing really well. But if the Kings are going to beat Edmonton, they have to ride either David Riddick or Cam Talbot. I would like for them to go with Riddick. But Talbot is the starter the whole year. I would much rather them... You know what? Not even that. Just scratch that thought. I think the Oilers win, but in 7. That is my decision. Let's go with that. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it for this edition of Sports Cave, presented by our friends over U Stadium, and part time to be us with Stanley Smooth at Bailey Sports and Bailey Media Network. I'm coming to you from the lovely beaches of Long Island, New York. I am Staniel Smooth, and I will see you all in this life, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys. Have yourself a good weekend.
Woo!